Welcome, crypto fam, to No One Daily Bitcoin Pod. Bitcoin pumping, back in the green. I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. Also, you know what's crazier than a Kennedy being back at the White House? A Kennedy that has the majority of his net worth in Bitcoin in the White House. Congratulations, RFK Jr. We'll also be discussing what the real status of Bitcoin is in El Salvador after the recent $1.4 billion IMF deal. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be discussing Michigan becomes the latest state to propose a crypto reserve bill, as well as Bitcoin's chance of hitting 125,000 by June rises as traders bid for the upside. We'll also be discussing El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, just met with the Giga Chad Michael Saylor and Max Kaiser to discuss Bitcoin. What in the world did they discuss? Well, quoting Bukele here, I thought I was orange-pilled, but now I feel orange-pilled multiplied by many times. Preach. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin to $1 million per BTC. Samson Mow offers 6 catalysts for this to happen. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Welcome, everyone, to the special early Valentine's stream. Happy Valentine's, crypto fam. Welcome, everyone just joining us. We're live and in the flesh on X, Rumble, and YouTube. I will be streaming over the course of the next couple of hours. Please spread the word, repost this stream. I'm going to go ahead and pin it at the top of my X profile. That way it's easy to find. And let me know if you can see and hear me clearly right now. And yeah, we are live on X. And we are officially pinned. So again, if you guys can go to my X profile, hit the heart, hit the repost, comment the stream, quote the stream. All comments and quotes of the live stream will get reposted in real time. And thank you guys in advance for that one. Shout out OG Backroad Crypto Bootleg, what it do? Shout out Alan Haley, been missing the streams due to the scheduling. Happy Friday all. Wish I could have gotten to Puerto Rico. Do another one that's kid friendly and I will be there, says Alan, referring to the recent 100K Bitcoin Fiesta celebration, which we just had on the 8th. Shout out East Afro King. Good morning, Famalam. Shout out James Elsie. Shout out Bitalica. Shout out Juan Espino. Loud and clear in northern Michigan. And speaking of Michigan, we got some new news for Bitcoin adoption up there. The Bitty price is going up. We're about to recapture 97 G's, up 11 hundo on the day. Shout out Trevor. Shout out Bring Facts. Always bringing the facts. Got to bring a little yo to the party, yo. Little yo, is that his name? Little yo. But anyways, welcome everyone. What's good? Some digestional like problems because his stomach makes odd noises and he has diarrhea, eats grass, and all those things that lead me to believe maybe some parasites or something in the belly. But that he's in good hands right now. Hopefully the Nippinator is back for the next stream as I'm picking him up in a couple of hours. So prayers to the Nippinator. We love you, pup. Look at my star. Get on that, level is up. That's right. For those that don't know, all of the names in the green are members of the channel, and every month your loyalty badge star changes colors. So as of today, Alan Haley is a red, and which means you're an OG here. So thank you for supporting the stream. And again, welcome everyone joining us. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm checking the X feed right now. Thank you, Catherine Weaver. Always appreciate all the support. And yeah, lots to share in the news today. It is a Friday, so happy TGIF. Maybe we get a nice weekend pump here. Well, good. Get well soon, Nippinator. Nice hat, JV. Thank you, Fax. This is created from the one and only Sergio at BitcoinCaps.net. I ordered 25 caps for the party, and he surprised me with one special camouflage one, specifically for me. And for those of you who did attend the party, I am shipping them out. I know, unfortunately, they didn't come on time for the party, but I do have them all at the house. And next week, I plan on going to the post office and shipping everyone's hats out. So you already know. Pumpkin puree or pumpkin powder helps the poo issues with the dog thing. I didn't know that. Just a spoon or two as needed. Good morning, JV. Good morning, Ashley Amin. Welcome, brother. Or sister, my bad. I'm looking at Fax's name as I'm reading your comment, Ashley. Appreciate you guys both here, and welcome everyone joining the stream. I'm going to check the X feed again. Again, all comments and quotes will get reposted in real time. Thank you, East Afro King and Trevor Faye. Respect. All love from JV and the fam. Up live for the latest Bitcoin news and the best content. Greatly appreciate that. I'm going to hit you guys with the theme music. Let's get it.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating it. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome everyone to today's live stream. I know I'm early today, but I got to get her did. It is Valentine's Day, February 14th. So happy Valentine's Day to all the Biddy fam holding it down. And good to see a lot of familiar faces in the live chat. Nipsey get better. Thank you for the Nipsey wishes there, Ashley. Happy V-Day, everyone. That's right. It is that special day. Shout out KZY Crypto. JV is live. #1 day of the Bitcoin stream. Greatly appreciate that. Shout out Boss 33. Happy V-Day, JV. And the Crypto News Alerts fam. Happy Valentine's Day to each and every one of you. Happy Valentine's Day to Chandy as well. For those that don't know, she produces all the epic Biddy music for the stream, from the theme music to everything we play, the music videos we always premiere. Make sure you guys are subscribed over at Chandy 10 Music and follow her over on X. We greatly appreciate that. But without further ado, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes. Then go ahead, subscribe, then hit that bell icon. Turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, just like this. Today is pod episode 1905. I'm your host, JV. Happy Valentine's Day. It's February 14th, 2025, and the Biddy is back in the green. Checking out Coin 360 as we do our market watch. You can see Bitcoin trading just shy of 97,000 at the time of the live stream. XRP is a big gainer off the back of the news of some ETFs for XRP being approved or something like that. It's up 11% on the day. We have Ether up 3.3% and Solana up roughly 5%. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap currently sits at, let me get a refresh here for the latest data, 3.23 trillion. The Bitcoin market cap, 1.92 trillion. And we have roughly 95 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance finally back on the decline since recapturing 60%. Today it's down to 59.5%. Ether dominance maintaining at 10.2%. Checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. Trump coin leading the pack again today, up 30% on the day. The market cap is up to $4.274 billion, and it's currently trading at $21.38. The all-time high after the launch was above $70, so it still has quite the catching up to do. Then we have a whiff hat up 28% as the memes continue to lead the pack, followed by Jupe. And let me know which alts, if any, you're bullish on for the bull. Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective. Let's start on the daily, then we'll zoom out on the month. As you can see on the daily, the bulk of the market back in the green. Safe to say 90% green over red. Zooming out on the monthly, unfortunately, it's still Rec City overall for the alts. Maybe 85% Rec City, 15% in the green, and Trump one of the few in the green, or was in the green, maybe not so much. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, today neutral 48, yesterday a 50, last week a 44, and last month a 70 in greed. And checking out the time chain calendar, we have 166,266 blocks until the next halving. 2028, currently on block number 883,734, and you can currently exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 1,033 sats. So pick up the sats, put down the gats, pick up some Bitcoin caps from our boy Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. And let's get it. And again, welcome everyone joining us. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy V-Day, everyone. Thank you, East Afro King. I'll be DJing again. Oh, how'd your DJing thing go last night, brother? Gonna dress up as Rambo Cupid? I dig it, brother. Enjoy yourself out there. Good evening. Good evening, Ricky. Good morning, fam. Good afternoon, depending upon what part of the world you're tuned in from, as this is a worldwide broadcast. And we have people tuned in from everywhere. So respect. Thank you again, Ashley Alman, for the love over on X. All comments and quotes do get reposted. So keep the love a-coming.
Oh, bring me up, Biddy Glow. Rise
discovery, yeah, let it show. Bang, 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 like a B-52, we built a bitty. Stacked revolutionary love shack, boo. I'm stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy. Stacking sats cause tax is crazy. I'm stacking sats cause the IMF hates me. Stacking sats cause the haters don't faze me. No Diddy, no Jay-Z. Stacking the biddy like it's Nipsey and JV. Stacking the biddy like it's paper and Chandy. Stacking BTC like caffeine in my canteen. Life is a game of chess.
That makes biddies the damn queen. Welcome everyone joining us. Yeah, Bitcoin's flirting at 97. We're about to dive into a little TA, technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. And I'm sure as you guys seen yesterday, Bukele met up with the Giga Chad, Michael Saylor, Max Kaiser, and Stacey Herbert. You can only imagine what they were discussing. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. And we will be breaking down what was going on over there. But let's continue with our TA. And the headline here reads, Bitcoin retail demand dips just 2% as analysts eyes a Bitcoin price breakout. That's right. Bitcoin retail investors remain active despite a month of Bitcoin price consolidation. In one of the quick take market updates yesterday, we had Olivier of CryptoQuant saying that the Bitcoin price may soon return. Return of the dragon. Let's go. Bitcoin retail investors have barely decreased network participation over the past month, investigating the on-chain volumes of transactions traditionally associated with the retail cohort worth up to 10,000. He said that the range-bound biddy price has not resulted in a significant difference in behavior, quoting the analyst here. After another long period of normalization caused by the price sideways movement, retail demand is close to growing again, something that could have a positive impact on the biddy. In the last 30 days, retail investor activity fell by around 2%, a much smaller figure than the 20% recorded in January. Now, retail volumes boomed as Bitcoin hit the all-time highs, and we hit 1093 inauguration day. That was Jan 20th, the morning before the president got inaugurated. Since then, boredom has characterized the market as Bitcoin ranges in a familiar corridor. The status quo, however, may change soon. Quoting the analyst again, periods of growth and the monthly variation of the retail investor activity are consistent with the improvements of the market sentiment. It is possible that the current consolidation structure is nearing its end. The data marks the second potentially bullish sign from the investors this week. Mainstream interest, meanwhile, further demonstrates that indifference in the overriding mood regarding crypto. Google Trend shows no meaningful change and a slow come down in the mainstream consumer interest in Bitcoin. Search activity peaked early November, just after Bitcoin broke the all-time high set back in March, and since then, not even fresh peaks have been enough to keep the engagement live. And in breaking news, check this out, RFK Jr. got sworn in yesterday. He's like the head of the Make America Healthy Again, respect. And as Nico wrote here from Simply Bitcoin, you know what's crazier than a Kennedy being back at the White House? A Kennedy that has the majority of his net worth in Bitcoin in the motherfucking White House. Congratulations, RFK Jr. I'll strike the gong to that. Everyone, let's congratulate RFK Jr. And we're going to pull up some of the live charts. Again, welcome everyone just joining us. You should be able to see live on your screen right here the chart via Coinbase, via TradingView. Let's start with the 1 hour and work our way back. We do have some bull targets on your screen live and in the flesh. Currently just shy of 104,000, the red target. And then we have another bull target sitting at 1016, again on the 1 hour chart, as you can see here in your screen. Checking out the 4 hour, we do have a very bullish orange target sitting at 130,000, a super bull target here. I believe we hit this sometime in Q1. Obviously, Q1 would end of March, and we're in the thick of February right now, right in the midway mark. And we also have a target just shy of 104,000 on the 4 hour chart. Overall, very bullish. Zooming out on the daily, as you can see in your screen, we've been trading sideways for some time, but it's all good in the hood. I think a decisive move is going to happen sooner than later. And on the weekly chart, we still have the sexy cup and handle target, and we do get a weekly close on Sunday around 6 p.m. So we'll see how we close for the week. And zooming out on the weekly to the monthly, and you can see it's going up forever, Laura. Thus far, February has been a little bearish, but historically it's very bullish. And again, we're only halfway through the month. Let me know where you feel the biddy price is likely to take us next, and I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome, everyone. Saylor says it right. There is no second best. Good morning, JV and everyone. Good morning, Dwight. Good to have you here with us on the live stream. Again, welcome everyone joining us. I know I had to stream extra early today. It's very early compared to the time I usually stream. Tomorrow we'll be back at the normal time on Stack and Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, but I had to get her done early today. But anyways, we are live on X, Rumble, and YouTube right now.
That makes biddies the damn queen, stacking BTC till they cancel me and I can't stream like Biggie. It was all a dream. Now the biddy has set me free. Going, let's biddy up.
In our next story, we're going to be breaking through the FUD with the IMF deal. I got some insider insights from Samson Mow. Great perspective shared, because there's a lot of misinformation out there regarding El Salvador and the IMF. So we will be breaking that down. And later in the stream, we'll get to the thick of the Michael Saylor Bukele sit down with Max Kaiser yesterday at the Bitcoin office alongside Stacey Herbert. And as you know, yesterday was Max and Stacey's 22-year anniversary. So help wish them a happy anniversary if you haven't already. And of course, our feature story will be discussing Samson Mow sharing 6 catalysts on why he believes Bitcoin's on a path to $1 million per coin. Perfect timing. That's what's up, Chris. Welcome to the live stream.
Hey, bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Auto house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold them, yeah, we're holding, never folding. I've always been a rapper, honky cracker, but now I'm a pastor.
That's right. Shout out Crypto Surge. He said, whoa, almost missed the best part. Yeah, man, I'm super early today, even earlier than I anticipated, but I appreciate the repost, brother.
Bitcoin stacker. Now I'm a master of the Bitcoin standard. Hit 'em up faster than the Bitcoin panda.
You can't touch me with your shitcoin flow. Like, do you even Bitcoin, bro? Let me know. Welcome to the Bitcoin show. Now listen up closely. Low-key, stacking BTC like Satoshis in El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies.
You can't touch me with your shitcoin flow. Like, do you even Bitcoin, bruh? Let me know. Welcome to the Bitcoin show. Now listen up closely, low-key, stacking BTC like Satoshis in El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies, raising up the biddy like Gohan, living in a huddle house, we're not the pawns.
Rise and shine, mofos. Well said there, Knoxville. Welcome, everyone, and joining the live stream. Bitcoin is up a G note on the day. There's the Rock Mama. Welcome. Good morning, my friends. Good to have you here. Always an honor. Shout out Rock Mama in the building. And everyone joining us, we have 431 people on the stream. There's a tri-stream. We go live on X, Rumble, and YouTube each and every day, as you guys already know. I know, early show today. I got to get her done. Sick dog. Nippinator's not here. The chairman, please pray for the chairman. He's at the doggy hospital right now getting checked out by a very good doctor, making sure everything is good with the Nippinator. Though he seems better than the previous few days, he still is not 100% himself. So we got to make sure we got the chairman 100%. So he'll be back tomorrow. Show some love for the Nip, the one and only new chairman of the SEC. But yeah, man. Good morning, family. Good morning, JV. Thank you, Serge. Appreciate you, brother. Glad you're on the stream. How's the snow situation doing in New York? Shout out James LC. Thank you for liking the stream. And shout out Samson Mow. I appreciate the repost from your Jan 3 account. Our feature story of the day, for those that don't know, we're going to be discussing the 6 catalysts on why Bitcoin will likely hit $1 million per coin, according to the Jan 3 founder, Samson Mow. But let's continue with where we left off. Next story of the day for our headlines. This is regarding El Salvador. Headline reads, what's the status of Bitcoin in El Salvador after the IMF deal? Well, I think this is important to break down, and versus reading this article, I'm just going to go directly to Samson Mow, in which it is referencing, because he breaks this down very well. Here's what Samson had to share. There's a lot of confusion on whether Bitcoin is still legal tender in El Salvador. Some news reports say it's gone, but some influencers are saying it's business as usual. Who is right? It's complicated, but the short answer is Bitcoin is both is and isn't legal tender. And I'm going to go ahead and heart this post and repost it because it's great insights. And I'm going to go ahead and read this to you, this entire thread. You can look at the glass half full or half empty. The Bitcoin situation in El Salvador is complex, and there are many questions that still need to be answered. So I can understand the frustration for many Bitcoiners because the official comms seem to be everything is awesome. I don't think most Bitcoiners are going to just accept that answer, though, because they are probably worried about their future, which is fair given they moved, invested, or built businesses in El Salvador. So if the official comms on the Bitcoin law amendments are lacking, the best we can do is our own analysis. The Jan 3 team translated the edits and amendments manually, so none of the nuance is lost. So let's continue. The amendments to the Bitcoin law are very clever and allow for compliance with the IMF agreement while allowing the El Salvador government to save face. Breaking down here, the Bitcoin law still exists. El Salvador government can't touch Bitcoin anymore. Maybe accept reserves. Bitcoin is no longer classified as currency. Bitcoin is legal tender, but now voluntary, contradictory, but whatever. No capital gains, and you can still spend Bitcoin. Detailed analysis follows. Article 1, it leaves Bitcoin defined as legal tender while removing the word currency and makes Bitcoin optimal or voluntary. So this is why Bitcoin is and isn't legal tender. It is defined as legal tender, but lacks the thing that actually makes it legal tender. It is not that Bitcoin was forced on businesses, but the previous real legal tender status was definitely a motivational factor for the larger businesses that wanted to be compliant. For example, Starbucks, McDonald's, etc. And I'll talk more about this later in the thread. Also worth noting, removing the word currency makes the Bitcoin law a lot less useful. Jan 3 can't push for other countries to recognize Bitcoin as a foreign currency now. Maybe the IMF listened to some of the podcasts I was on where I talked about that. Article 3, any price that may be expressed in Bitcoin is now any price may be converted into Bitcoin. Most people convert fiat prices to Bitcoin for payment, so this is just saying to do what comes naturally. Or you can read it as previously you can price an apple in sats on a price tag /sign, but now you cannot. Article 4, you can't pay taxes in Bitcoin anymore. But also stemming from Article 1, it seems like the government also can no longer accept Bitcoin for payments, such as incorporating a company, the passport program, future citizenship by investment programs, or even the $12 tourist fee at the airport. Article 5, no capital gains on Bitcoin still. But again, we see the removal of Bitcoin being currency. This seems to be in line with the more mainstream acceptance that Bitcoin is an asset, not money or currency, and it's all outlined right there. Article 7 basically saying El Salvador government cannot touch the Bitcoin, but everyone else can. Article 8, the state doesn't need to help facilitate Bitcoin transactions, so paving the way for a Chivo phase out or sale, which is their local wallet of choice, which was a private sector wallet instructed to be done by the government. And Article 9 related to 8 is outlined right here. Then Articles 10 to 16, nothing important or no changes. And aside from the Bitcoin law amendments, there are still questions pending from El Salvador and the IMF agreement. Specifically, what does confirmed mean? I would assume that the government can continue to acquire Bitcoin as an asset, strategic Bitcoin reserve, since they are continuing with that. But it could also be that it may be stopped at a later time. It all depends on what confined means. We'll see. Again, I would think Bitcoiners want a more substantive answer than will still buy in, right? Now, the other big question is what happens when Chivo is unwound. Yes, it has never been a great wallet and had many bugs, but it served as an important fiat Bitcoin bridge and gave Bitcoin exposure to millions of people. Also, many larger merchants are still using it, such as the Super Selectos. And when I purchased pupusas in Bitcoin country, the vendor was still using the Chivo wallet, just FYI, and it worked just fine. Going back to Article 1 amendments, Bitcoin becoming optional may lead to the big companies like Super Selectos depreciating Bitcoin payment support. Keep in mind that the Super Selectos is owned by Grupo Calea Carlos and the current vice president, who was the presidential candidate for the National Republican Alliance during the 2019 presidential election and the opponent of El Presidente. So there are some political reasons why Bitcoin support support could be dropped as well. However, the new optionality of Bitcoin support combined with economic practicality is probably the biggest reason we may see a drop in merchant support for Bitcoin. There are just not enough Bitcoin transactions to warrant the cost of maintaining two payment systems. Bitcoiners in El Salvador are still a small majority of the overall TXs. And when Bitcoiners like to say you can live on Bitcoin in El Salvador, it's a big part of that is the super selectos and the bigger companies. So something will need to be done here. So what does this leave El Salvador? The cup is either half full or half empty. The weakening of the Bitcoin law definitely makes El Salvador a bit less unique. And if you factor out the heavy marketing and PR, El Salvador sits relatively evenly with any other region that has strong grassroots adoption or a favorable tax regime paired with government support. If you want to live in a country with a Bitcoin reserve, you have Bhutan or soon the US. If you want legal tender, Prospera Global will recognize Bitcoin as legal tender. If you want to live on Bitcoin, you have the Bitcoin Jungle CR. I don't know if that's in Costa Rica and other communities. And if you want no capital gains, there's Hong Kong, Dubai, Singapore, Switzerland, Lugano, Puerto Rico. And if you want no capital gains after years and government support for Bitcoin, you have free Madeira and the Czech Republic. So there's obviously a lot of options out there. And I'll read you one more thread here. Bitcoin being ubiquitous money in El Salvador was what made the country unique. Bitcoin as a reserve asset, that is good, but less interesting. Things are definitely dulled with the IMF deal, and there are many Bitcoiners unhappy with the deal simply because we all know what entities like the IMF are. Amen. Everything isn't awesome, but that just means there is more work to be done. The door is still open to Bitcoin in El Salvador, whether because of face saving or dedication to Bitcoin. The Bitcoin law is still there, and that's something. It is likely El Salvador had to take the deal with the IMF to ensure that financing of pre-existing debt went smoothly, and it unlocked other traditional financing. Here's the key. Everything is okay. Bitcoin will be fine. There's more adoption of Bitcoin around the world than ever before, and El Salvador helped play the role in that. Bukele has to do what he thinks is best for the country first and foremost. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. And let me know your thoughts with what the updates Samson Mow had to share. I thought those were great insights. So shout out Jan 3 founder Samson Mow for breaking all of that down. Welcome, Oracle. Good to see you on the live stream. What is new? Good to have you here. The goose is outside today. He is doing okay. I'm still worried about him, but there isn't anything I can do. I haven't done. We shall see. I know you gave us that update yesterday that his bill was all bloodied up, so praying for your geese there, and praying for the Nippinator who's missing in action. He's at the doggy hospital right now, getting a thorough check-in or check-up. I dropped him off early this morning around 8 o'clock. I'm going to pick him up after the stream. So praying for the pets in our chats. I know what's going on around here. The pets. And again, welcome everyone joining us. I'm live right now. Bitcoin's doing its thing. We're pumping. Shout out Bring Facts. Looks like Max wants my shoes. Oh, yeah. Max has the awesome Bitcoin orange shoes as well. There's a photo actually taken yesterday with Bukele, Saylor, Stacy, and Max at the Bitcoin office in El Salvador. Shout out Adriana. Appreciate the support. Thank you, James LC. Hope Nips gets better. Just reposted that. Thank you so very much. Keep the comments flowing. I'm going to repost everyone from the secondary account, and then we're going to continue with the news.
Going, let's video play. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Heart on how strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold on, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
Bitcoin's dripping like a new Scottie Pippen 80 G's. We're royalty, bitty kings and queens, manifesting the kingdom that's finally come. Playing chess moves, checkmate, we won.
We're raising the roof in El Salvador. Freedom flows, IMF can't hold us no more.
Stacking BTC like Tate versus the BBC. Stacking the biddy like BTC OGs. Stacking BTC on Lightning with no fees. Stacking BTC like Snoop Dogg rolls weed. Stacking BTC like Scarface with a nosebleed. Stacking BTC like Shinobi, nobody knows me. Stacking BTC like everyone owes me. Stacking BTC like Max and John McAfee. Stacking BTC, accumulating sats so rapidly, so happily. Stacking BTC so casually, no.
Welcome, everyone. Also, Imodium works on dogs to stop the poop over the counter at any drugstore. Thank you, James. No capital gains in Portugal. That's right. I think that's where Madeira is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Max wearing orange shoes makes me want to send him mine. With the lights, right? It breaks my heart when my pets get hurt or die. Prayers for the Nippinator. Thank you, Oracle. He'll be okay. They did the first analysis and they didn't find anything major. They do like every, several $100s worth of testing. They do all the testing. Like, he looks okay. What exactly is wrong with him again? I'm like, he's like throwing up. He's diarrhea. His stomach makes weird sounds. So they're going to do some testing and, I'm sure they'll get him the right medicine. Orange pill in the masses. I have 2 poopy dogs. Nice. Yeah, dogs are amazing. Man's best friend, for sure.
Casualties of galaxies around Earth fallacies. Stacking BTC on a flat Earth with no gravity. Stacking BTC cause Bitcoin is your majesty.
And shout out Chandy 10 Music. That's a jammy jam we're listening to right now. Could be found at Chandy 10 Music on YouTube or over on X. Make sure you're following her on both platforms. We now have over 600 people on the live stream. Appreciate all support. Let's continue. Now I broke through the IMF FUD with El Salvador. And thank you again, Samson Mow, for the perspective. Let's break down our next story of the day, discuss the breaking news over in Michigan. Michigan becomes the latest state to propose the crypto reserve bill. That's right, yo. Michigan becomes the latest U.S. state to propose the strategic Bitcoin reserve bill, bringing the total number of the states moving crypto reserve-related legislation to 20. Well, in fact, yesterday, I think my headline was 29 states proposing a push for Bitcoin. So it's even more advantageous than we expect. February 13, Representative Brian and Ron introduced HB 4087 to amend the State's Management and the Budget Act to establish the strategic Bitcoin reserve. The move makes Michigan the 20th U.S. state with legislation for state crypto investments pending a vote. Quoting them here, Michigan can and should join Texas in leading on crypto policy by signing into law my bill, creating the Michigan Crypto Strategic Reserve. That's what's up. The Michigan bill would allow the state's treasurer to invest in crypto from both the general fund and economic stabilization fund with a cap of 10%. The bill doesn't specify any limits or guidelines for what cryptos can be bought for the reserve. The bill also includes a provision for lending crypto, saying that if cryptocurrency can be loaned without increasing financial risk to the state treasurer is permitted to loan the crypto to yield further return to the state. The state must hold crypto directly through a secure custody solution or ETF from registered investment companies. Michigan State Pension Fund already has exposure to Bitcoin and Ether via the ETFs. Now, he also shared and floated the idea of a Michigan coin. Oh boy. In a February 13th post, which he said was a stable coin, which I believe the state of Michigan should create, and that he said would have real value tied to our gold and silver reserves. There are currently 20 U.S. states that have crypto reserve bills that have advanced beyond the level of the House committee. The House recent state to propose or amend the crypto bill was Texas, which filed for legislation this week to allow the state to invest and trade crypto assets. North Dakota, meanwhile, is the only state to have rejected legislation regarding crypto investments. And you can see the status of the crypto reserve related bills all across the United States. Those with the Bitcoin in there is a winner. Now, there you have it, yo. As the adoption continues, also there was big news out of Texas earlier today with moving forward with the proposal of the bill. So very bullish for state adoption as far as Bitcoin is concerned. My closest friends got together last night in El Salvador. That's right, my favorite of favorite people. Max Kaiser, Stacey Herbert, Nayib Bukele, and Michael Saylor all at the same table discussing Bitcoin. And you already know Bukele's quote from yesterday. I thought I was orange-pilled, but now I feel orange-pilled multiplied by many times. Well, that's what happens when you sit down with Max, Stacey, and Michael Saylor. It'll happen to the best of them. That's right. There's now 29 states, Bitalika. My cockatiel is singing to you, JV. Shout out to your cockatiel. Who is many of the Bitcoin strategic reserve bills coming out of the states don't mention anything about actually buying the Bitcoin. Well, adoption of some form, right? Whether it's for the treasury or the pension funds or the sovereign wealth funds, some way, somehow. The balance sheet. Still working with the Satoshi Action Fund to get Bitcoin in South Carolina. Happy to hear that. Shout out Dennis Porter, the CEO there of the Satoshi Action Fund, doing big things with the Bitcoin adoption. Samson Mow also with Jan 3 doing big things for the Bitcoin adoption. I think we're about to pump soon. I think we're already pumping, so pump it up. My mayor wants me to speak to the city council. Excellent. I couldn't think of a better person to speak than the Oracle. And if you do, you got to record that for us, please. That'll be fantastic. And maybe we can use that speech for other mayors mayors and city councils around the world. South Carolina biddy adoption? Send it.
Going, let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Hollow house strong, yeah, we built it this way. Know when to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding.
I like that short coin. She commented the stream, Happy Bitcoin Day. Yes, indeed. Every day is Bitcoin Day around here. Just reposted you. Thank you.
Never folding.
Bitcoin glow, stack it up, let it show. Price discovery, patience, game on, let's go. Biddy up, Roger out.
All right, shout out Adriana. Appreciate the comments. Again, even emoji comments will get reposted. It helps the stream. Thank you, guys.
We're changing the world, there's no doubt.
Biddy up, Roger out. We're changing the world, there's no doubt. Can the snowblowers get any louder? I know, right? I feel that way when they're like cutting the grass or using the blowers to blow the, the debris. It's so loud. Nippinator usually goes crazy when he sees the lawn folks surrounding the house with all the machinery. Shout out Daddy-O, welcome to the live stream. Shout out Glenn Bentley, first live listener, recent Orange Pillar. Respect, Glenn. Glad you found the right place. I'm here each and every day, 7 days a week with the stream. Different times, though. Like today, I had to stream very early, depending upon the schedule of my life, honestly. But typically, we stream around 3 p.m. Tomorrow on Stack and Saturday will be a 3 p.m. Eastern stream, which is 4 p.m. my time here in Puerto Rico. Again, welcome everyone just joining us. Let's continue with the news so we can get through it, and then we'll flip it into some live Q&A, but we still have some stories to share for the top of the day. The next story is actually a $125,000 target, which is the next reasonable leg up after we can break price discovery, currently sitting at 109.3, which was achieved back on January 20th. And here we are practically 1 month later, just shy of 100 G's with 125 in play. So yeah, Bitcoin lingered below the psychological 100,000 level for 7 days, but a crypto researcher says there's nearly a 50% chance it'll surge to 125,000 by late June. The chance Bitcoin hitting 125 by the middle of the year has improved to 44.4%, up from 41.9%, according to on-chain options protocol Derive head of research, Dr. Sean Dawson, who shared in his markets report. Dawson added that the chance of the biddy touching 75,000 before the June drop was only 12%, down from 17.8%, meaning it's not the most likely scenario. Sorry, Arthur Hayes. Meanwhile, speaking of Arthur Hayes, is more bearish on the downside. That's precisely why I said that. Hayes predicted last month the Bitcoin could potentially pull back towards 70 and 75. Let me know if you feel the bottom is likely in already. I personally think it is, but he says we can have a mini financial crisis with Bitcoin dropping all the way to 70 to 75. Bitcoin last traded at 75 November 8th. Seems like a lifetime ago, but it really wasn't that long ago. 3 days after President Trump won the election, a moment widely seen as the catalyst for the month-long rally that pushed the biddy to 100,000 for the first time, December 5th. Bitcoin has been trading below 100,000 since Feb 7th. Bitcoin briefly tapped a new all-time high of 109.3, inauguration day, January 20th. Meanwhile, trader Jelly said that until Bitcoin reclaimed the 100 G's, choppy conditions shall remain. And as you know, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index showed a sentiment of neutral as of yesterday and today. And asset management giant VanEck said December that the bull market will hit the medium-term peak in the first quarter of 2025 before surging to the all-time highs before the end of the year. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And if it projected, the cycle's apex would trade at around 180,000 per biddy, while Ether would trade above $6,000. Let me know your thoughts on that. Where do you feel the cycle peak will likely take us if we do peak out for the cycle this year in 2025? My personal projection, bear scenario, 222. Broccoli scenario, base for the broskies, 420. Bull scenario, 1.1 million. And Max Kaiser's prediction for the cycle peak, 2.2 million, which is a 1.1 million plus a 1.1 million. That's an 1111 for $2.2 million. Let me know your thoughts. In the next 40 days, says Bitalica, parabolic run up. Faces are going to melt. Send it. Parabolic Inc. I like it, Satoshi. And shout out Satoshi Nakamoto in the chat. The one and only Satoshi. Will you be my Valentine, Bitcoin? Take the orange pill. I dig it. And thank you, Streamlabs. You guys remember to follow Chandy10 Music over on X and over on YouTube. #1 Bitcoin music channel. Hands down. So put your hands down. Bada boom. I bought a Bitcoin.
Bada boom, bada bang, bada boom, bada Bitcoin, bada boom, breaking banks, bada boom, we go. Laser eyes locked, the biddy is Fiat's eclipse. Bada boom, bada bang, we're Luna high on a rocket ship.
And I'm just reposting you guys to thank you, JC Ice, our one and only Oracle, and whomever else, Kimberly Brown, Matt Hale. Keep the comments flowing, fam. Much appreciated.
No keys, no crown, bada boom, bada Bitcoin. Wow. It's a beautiful day in the Bitcoin hood. Paper hands panic, hot old gangsters fist. The biddy keeps rising as a superstar should. Loyal to the biddy, we already knew it would. They print and pretend, but we code and defend. Cold storage lock, never trust, never bend. Fiat's the Titanic, watch the central banks capsize. Ledger don't lie, every block crystallized. Uncorruptible, unchangeable, unbreakable. Block by block, this train can't be tamed. It's decentralized power, lit with a dragon's flame.
Shout out to all my Bitcoin dragons. Where you at? Regarding the biddy price, slow and steady wins the race. Yeah, amen there, Dwight. Well said, brother. This hits nice. Yeah, shout out Chandy10 Music. There's an epic music video. Maybe we'll play it later. That goes along with this new jam, and a lot of people are loving it. Bada boom, bada Bitcoin. Happy Bitcoin Day, short coin.
Prophecy of Satoshi, BTC can't be contained. No more playing Monopoly, decentralized, we reign.
And shout out Mr. Corvette. He put, let's go, D-Gens. Listen to the news. Appreciate it, brother. Just reposted all you guys. Cheers. Happy Bitcoin Day.
We reign. Bada boom, bada bang, bada boom, bada Bitcoin. Bada boom, breaking banks, bada boom, we go. Laser eyes locked, the biddy is Fiat's eclipse. Bada boom, bada bang, no keys, no crown.
In our next story, FYI, we'll be discussing Max and Saylor sitting down with Bukele to discuss Bitcoin yesterday. And then we'll discuss the 6 catalysts Samson Mow believes will send Bitcoin soaring to 7-figure territory. Stay tuned.
Luna high on a rocket ship. Bada boom, bada Bitcoin. Wow. Huddle tight, hold 'em tight. Never gonna sell 21 forever. It's a blackjack fairy tale. No inflation.
I like that. Bukele is Satoshi's cousin. Word up.
No debasing. Is it folk gonna yell? Raising hell, cause bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin. Huddle tight, hold 'em tight. Never gonna sell 21 forever. It's a blackjack fairy tale. No inflation, no debates, and Lizzie folk gonna yell, raising hell, cause bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin. Fairy tales.
So shout out Chandy10 Music on the track. Again, there's a music video that's pretty epic that goes alongside that. She makes music videos to the majority of the tracks we play, and they could be found exclusively at Chandy10 Music on X and YouTube. Shout out Serge. Let's 1.1 million, but 2.2 million in play. Exactly, brother. So we can have the next Fiesta already. Good morning, early birds. Shout out Diana Jones. That's right. We're super early today. So I know West Coast, it's very early. Let's go. But yeah, we have 800 people on the live stream. Let's continue with the news and discuss the latest of what was just discussed just yesterday. Next story. Headline here reads, El Salvador's President Bukele meets with Saylor to discuss Bitcoin. And as you can see, I mean, look at this photo right here. Imagine being in a room with Max Kaiser, Stacey Herbert, Mikey Saylor, the Giga Chad himself, and President of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele. Good Lord. And very powerful quote Max shared from Bukele last night. I thought I was orange pilled, but now I feel orange pilled multiplied by many times. Good Lord. I mean, let's freaking go. But yeah, let's break this one down. El Salvador currently holds roughly 590 million worth of Bitcoin at this current time. Here's another photo with the president of the free world, Bukele, and Mikey Saylor sitting down. You can see he got the orange tie. You already know they're discussing Bitcoin. Here's a few key takeaways according to the article. Bukele and Saylor discussed Bitcoin at the presidential palace February 13th. That was yesterday. El Salvador's recent legislative amendments make Bitcoin voluntary legal tender and prohibit its use for tax payments, aligning with the IMF loan requirements. And I just shared all the insights from Samson Mow regarding that deal, and how to interpret it. El Salvador's President Bukele and strategy founder Saylor met at Casa Presidencial, the presidential house of El Salvador, on Thursday to discuss Bitcoin, according to the country's National Bitcoin Office. And guess who is the head of the National Bitcoin Office? You guessed it. Max and Stacy. And here's another photo. President Bukele met with Saylor this afternoon at Casa Presidencial. And of course, Bitcoin was discussed. So it's fantastic to see those two together. This is historic. The Bitcoin office also posted Bitcoin country cooks. And you can see some more exclusive photos. Let's actually scope them out. I'll share it with the fam here. Here's a photo of the president with Saylor. Here's another photo with Max, Stacy. Sorry, I don't know the other gentleman's name here, but then with Saylor and Bukele. Wow, powerful. Just looking at this photo makes me low-key jealous. I want to be there. Michael Saylor and Bukele. Look at these guys. Some of the best leaders we've ever had for Bitcoin adoption. And another great photo right here. Sorry, I can't name them all because I don't know everyone here, but respect to everyone there. And of course, we can all identify Max, Stacy, Michael, and Najib. Very powerful. But nonetheless, let's get back to the story here. So you can see February 13th, Bukele shared the photos. The advocates had dinner at the presidential palace, as you can see here in that photo. Wow. I'd love to hear those conversations. El Salvador added 1 Bitcoin to its holdings around the time, bringing its total now to 6,077 BTC, valued at almost 600 million, according to Arcam Intelligence data. The purchase is part of its daily dollar cost averaging strategy, where it purchases ultimately 1 Bitcoin per day. But there has been some days where they've purchased 11 Bitcoin. I remember the day after striking the 1.4 billion IMF loan deal, they did the 11 Bitcoin purchase. Saylor's strategy just resumed its Bitcoin acquisition last week, acquiring 7,633 Bitcoin. So let that sink in. Saylor's most recent purchase of 7,633 Bitcoin is more than the grand total sum of all the Bitcoin that El Salvador holds, just to give you perspective of how crazy of a whale Michael Saylor is. They now have Bitcoin reserves at 478,740 BTC, which is truly mind-boggling. At today's Bitty price, that's roughly $46 billion. On BTC shared more photos of the meeting on Friday, but the details, of course, remain private. If I get any special insights from Max himself, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But of course, this is a private meeting. But I could assure you, they're talking about Bitcoin adoption and purchasing more Bitcoin. That's what Michael Saylor does best. He's the Michael Jordan of Bitcoin. The meeting comes amid the recent regulatory changes in El Salvador, which I really already broke down for you guys. So I'm not going to read all that. But nonetheless, exciting times when you see these people meeting up, especially considering the greatest leaders in the Bitcoin space. So you already know. Shortcoin says, I'm jealous too, right? Max's orange shoes. Yeah, he always rocks the orange shoes. Me too. Even a mosquito. I know, man. That's crazy. Wouldn't that be awesome? It'd be fantastical. Fantastic. Oh. Bada boom, bada Bitcoin. And next up is our feature story of the day. Stay tuned. We're going to be discussing Samson Mow's 6 catalysts for Bitcoin's path to $1 million per coin. Let's go.
No plan B needed, I have the bitty. Bitcoin is my plan A, B, C, D, and E. There is no other plan for me. I am with the bit rip through the dips, bitty Bitcoin. It's my plan A, B, C, D, and E. I'm team BTC. Through God, Satoshi educated me. Through God, Satoshi freed me. Through God, Satoshi changed me. Plan A, B, C, D, and E. Bitcoin's the only financial plan for me.
Shout out to my angels in the orange. Where you at?
Angels in the orange. Angels in the orange. Yes, I said angels in the orange. I see angels in the cold storage. It's all in the orange. Sunrise, sunset, hope alive. Bitcoin isn't a bet you have been told. Never forget, this is your chance to change the tides and make your own sunlight. Oranges grow in the glow of a new sunrise. Live orange, get your vitamin C.
And again, happy Valentine's Day to the entire CNA fam. What is that symbol for? I don't think it's called a symbol. I think it's a gong, but it's for hitting it and raising consciousness, raising vibration, making announcements. I mean, you can use a gong for a lot of different things, but primarily I like to raise consciousness one gong strike at a time. And I like to declare Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high and things like that, like price discovery in play. 130,000 target on the 4-hour chart. Send it. Definitely one of my favorite songs as well. Plan A, B, C, D, E, aka Angels in the Orange. Shout out Chandy 10 Music on the Jammy Jam. There's one of my favorite music videos. Go to that song as well. If you've never seen that music video, you got to check it out. I hear today could be one of those days when Bitcoin goes up, up, up. Precisely. Cool. You got it, brother. My husband handed me the card and told me to buy more yesterday. Oh, snap. I think my husband is being really bullish lately. Better than him telling me I was dumb for buying early. Wow, that's a sign of the times. Happy to hear that. And shout out to the Oracle's husband. That's what's up.
On boost your financial immune system and your life quality.
And we almost have 1,000 people on the stream. 950. Let's hit over 1,000 and we'll continue with our feature story. If you guys can comment or quote the live stream, that helps us hack the algorithm, hence hack the matrix and orange pill more the masses.
Plan is plan A, B, C, D, and E. Orange skies, endless rise, freedom flies with open eyes. Ledger lines, the world aligns, no middlemen, no more confines. Truth engraved in blocks of time, immutable, sublime. A full moon bright, calling to a better path, a better way. The code is law, no hands to sway or pay. Turn your brain on, get your Bitcoin. Plan A, B, C, D, and E. Bitcoin's the only plan for me. Decentralized, no inflation, taking your gains. Work for prosperity instead of sweating for them and buy Bitcoin. Chains broken, global economy, global ledger, global chance for everyone. Plan B, there's no need. This is the seed that breaks the greed. This is the plan that works for you and me. We don't have to work for the masked men, don't you see? Bitcoin changes the past, future, writing a new history.
Powerful track. Gong, a gong, gong, gong for the Bitcoin bang. That's right, like the B-52. Love it. Cheers. Haha, brilliant. Cheers. Welcome everyone joining us. We got close to 1,000 people on the stream. I was hoping to hit 1,000 before we do the feature story. And I would speculate within 30 to 60 seconds we'll have 1,000 people on, because right now there's 990. So we're right on track. We're approaching the top of the hour. We're going to be discussing Samson Mow, 6 catalysts on why he believes Bitcoin will hit 7 figures sooner than later. Ripping. My husband told me to sell a long time ago, and I listened. What the frick? Never again. Yeah, never again. What'd Michael Saylor say? You never sell your Bitcoin. Never. Never sell the Bitcoin.
Be a part of the resistance. Buy the bitty. Orange is more than just a shade. It's the glow of wealth remade. Generational, inconfiscatable, immutable, impregnable. 5th level, it's sexy, sensational. It's Bitcoin. It goes doing, doing, doing like yummy bitty northbound doing. The pen and paper out of date, crypto keys dictate. Cold is the new hot, cold storage, sexy and banker control is not. Bitcoin is my map, my sea full.
All right, we just broke over 1,000. That's what's up. There's a try stream for those joining us. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy TGIF. We are live on X Rumble and YouTube, and we're about to dive into our feature story of the day. So let's do this, shall we? And then we'll do some live Q&A, and I'll stick around, answer questions, and all that good stuff. Let's go. All right, now for our feature story of the day. Bitcoin to $1 million. Jan 3's Samson Mow offers 6 catalysts for this price target to happen. So let's break it down and shout out Samson Mow doing big things for Bitcoin adoption around the world. So yeah, sounds wild to the average person, but Samson has mapped out 6 ways it can really happen. No fluff, just key factors that can send the Bitty price soaring fast towards 6 zeros. The renowned Bitcoin bull calls them the 6th pass to the Omega. For those that don't know, the Omega candle in play, which is something he coined himself. First up, supply shock with the logic that if institutional players like MicroStrategy, now known as Strategy B, and ETF issuers such as the BlackRock keep buying aggressively, which they will, that's a guarantee, brother, available Bitcoin dries up. And right now we have the least amount of Bitcoin available on the exchanges we have ever seen. And just at the current pace, we will have a supply shock, I think, in the year 2027. But if we accelerate, which is to be anticipated, in my opinion, obviously, we could have that supply shock sooner than later, sending Bitcoin to 7 figures sooner than later. So keep that in mind. Simple supply and demand. Price goes up when you have very limited supply and high demand. And that's what we're witnessing with the institutional FOMO like a MOVO. Then there's the idea of the strategic Bitcoin reserve at the state level, which is occurring in real time. Governments holding Bitcoin as a reserve asset. Not impossible with the talks and speculations already taking place. I mean, every day in the news, another state proposing adopting Bitcoin some way, somehow. I mean, today we were talking Michigan, the other day Texas, there's Wyoming, there's Florida. There's now like 29 states looking to embrace the Bitty. And what if the U.S. jumps in and establishes its own strategic Bitcoin reserve, as Cynthia Lummis proposes in her bill, in which Trump, he's trying to stockpile the Bitty for the country. And he also said he wanted to make America the Bitcoin mining hub of the world. What if they were to sign that bill for the strategic Bitcoin reserve and purchase, let's say, 1 million Bitcoin over the course of the next 5 years? There's roughly a 200,000 Bitcoin purchase per year. That's the game theory. That, my friend, is the hash war, in which the global hash war, in which Max Kaiser coined many years back. That would be a seismic shift, to say the least. And that's how you get to targets such as JV's 1.1 million bull scenario for 2025. That's how you get to targets like Max Kaiser's 2.2 million target for this cycle peak. And that's how you get to Samson Mow's $1 million target. I mean, it can happen, family. A complete rebasing of the US dollar to Satoshis could occur. Redefining value measurement itself, sure, it sounds crazy, but big changes can happen when systems reach their limits. 6th pass to Omega. Supply shock from MSTR and ETF buying. State level strategic Bitcoin reserves. U.S. federal strategic Bitcoin reserve. Rebasing of the U.S. dollar to Satoshis. And as you know, 1 Bitcoin can be divided by 100 million Satoshis. So by the time a Satoshi is valued at $1, we're talking $100 million per Bitty. Also, the nation state FOMO. Besides the nation state FOMO, we have the state FOMO, demonetization of gold to acquire Bitcoin. That was a proposal Saylor made. He said, you know, if the United States and other countries were to ultimately change out their gold reserves for Bitcoin, it would crash gold collectively, and the Bitcoin market cap would soar, surpassing that of gold. And then they would have a lot of power if they chose to do that. So you could only imagine. Also, we had Bukele announce a few weeks back that he believes the country of El Salvador is sitting on roughly $3 trillion worth of gold. What do you think they will likely do with the gold when they discover it and mine it? They're going to trade it for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's overtaking gold. And quoting Max Kaiser, gold is the poor man's Bitcoin. Poor Peter Schiffmeister. But yeah, so nation state FOMO is another factor. Countries might suddenly feel the pressure to stack the Bitty, the global hash wars, the game theory, not wanting to be left behind. And according to Mao, if one major economy like that, of the very same of the United States, makes the leap, others could try to catch up. Nobody wants to be last, hence the game theory. Then there is the gold angle. Governments and institutions shifting from the traditional safe haven into Bitcoin. I mean, it's perfect money. It's pristine collateral. If gold starts losing its monetary role in favor of Bitcoin, it could mean a massive liquidity shift. And I think that could likely happen. Who wants the precious metal gold where they can continue to find more and more? Gold has what I would define as relative scarcity. Bitcoin, true scarcity. There's a hard cap limited supply hard coded into the protocol. 21 million, right? There's only so much to go around. What if 5-6 million lost, gone forever? What does that give us? Like 15 million Bitcoin? And how many millionaires are there in the world? Like over 40,000. How many billionaires are there in the world? And eventually all the billionaires will have the Bitcoin if they don't already. But Mao is not just throwing ideas around. He has made major predictions before. Bitcoin to $1 million in 2025 is amongst the loudest. Let me know, what do you think the probability of Bitcoin reaching $1 million this year in 2025? Holla. And 3 more countries adopting crypto strategies. He sees that happening too. You know, Samson's at the forefront for Bitcoin adoption at the nation state level. That's what he does. He goes around countries orange pilling presidents and such governments. If one of these 6 triggers fires, Bitcoin could see various movement. Is it possible to see more than one at the same time? Well, absolutely. Anything can happen. That is where the Omega candle comes from. And for those that don't know, it's defined as a $100,000 surge on the daily chart, which would mean, for example, if we got an Omega candle hypothetically tomorrow, the Bitcoin price would be 197,000. We'd have a move up of 100 G's. So you let me know your thoughts with Samson Mow's projections and the 6 catalysts that'll likely send Bitcoin parabolic to 7 figures per biddy. Holla at your boy. The Oracle says we will see $1 per sat soon. If BlackRock gets out of the way, we'd be there even sooner. Meaning if they're not manipulating the markets, because clearly they're purchasing mass amounts of Bitcoin. They now have over 500,000 Bitcoin. They have more Bitcoin than Strategy B. But nonetheless, there's always manipulation involved because they rather suppress the price to buy more of the biddy. So completely understand. Yeah, I mean, 100,000 surge in a single move would set the market on fire. Precisely. Imagine just waking up. How many years did it take Bitcoin from the inception of the Genesis block to go from 0 to 100,000? Something like 15 years. Ballpark, right? So what if it did what it took 15 years to achieve in one day? That's what we're talking about with the Omega candle. One day movement that took 15 years previously in 24 hours. The Omega candle. 58 million millionaires worldwide. Thank you for the insights. Approximately 15 million Bitcoin total after the lost coins. That's my guesstimation as well. There's probably only ever going to be 15 million circulating Bitcoin out there. And BlackRock probably owns close to 1 million already. Michael Saylor already has 500,000. Yeah, I mean, some of the mega whales already hold a lot of the supply. And now you have nations adopting the Bitcoin. Crazy. Sovereign wealth funds. You got pension funds. You got like firefighters and police, as we discussed yesterday. All the smart money is going to move into Bitcoin. So I could see an Omega candle occurring. When? Your guess is as good as mine. You know what I mean? Time will tell. But you guys, let me know what you think on that prediction. We've seen it up to 10,000 in a candle. That's right. We may have even got close to 20,000, right? We did the God candle a couple of times at least. 100,000 isn't far-fetched. Exactly. It's 10x what we have already done. 10x is easy peasy in the Bitcoin world. Right? I remember when I first discovered Bitcoin in 2017, it was $1,500. I think earlier in the year, it was like 1,000, and it went up to 20,000 before the end of the year for the bull in 2017. So I've seen Bitcoin go up 20x in a single year, practically. So can we go up 10x from here and hit $1 million within a year? Yeah, absolutely possible. Happy 11/11. There's 1,111 people on the live stream right now. That's a divine omen. Omega candle to 169. Send it. I don't mind at all. And what are we going to define as the $1 million candle on the daily chart? Can we call that the Satoshi candle? God candle's 10,000. Omega candle is 100,000. Satoshi, 1 million. Single move. Whoop, whoop. Wop, 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 wop. BTC, mess them up. But there is a channel Bitcoin. It is for the top end of it. So it kind of makes sense that it pauses just a bit. Says Chris, word up. Shout out Crack Knee. And again, shout out everyone just joining us. This is the Q&A segment. of the live stream. I'm going to do my best to read as many comments out loud as I could. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Just remember that at the beginning of 2024, we were around 30,000. We are now around 100,000 at the beginning of 2025. Facts. You're 100% right. And it was around this time we hit 50,000 recaptured last year. Remember Oracle, February 12th, day after my birthday, we hit 50 G's in the morning. Well, here we are a year later, we're at 100 G's. We've doubled. Send it. Overkill 007. Good morning. Good morning, broski. 35 trillion sitting on the sidelines. That can't be priced in until it is in. That's right. There's so much not priced in. It's not even funny. Nippinators he's at the doggy hospital right now. I'm going to pick him up as soon as the stream is over. I brung him in early today, like 8 a.m., and doctors are checking him out. Something abnormal, not right with him. So we got to make sure he's, in good shape as the chairman of the SEC. So I'll be picking him up shortly, and he'll be here tomorrow. Trump wants to buy under 100,000. Of course he does. So you already know. And welcome again, everyone joining us. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Close to 1,200 people on the live stream. If you guys can comment, quote the stream, it's always appreciated. I bought at 56,000 last year. Well done, short coin. I love to hear that. Music to my ears. Pretty little bitty going up. And I guess what we'll do in the meantime, as comments are flowing in, we're going to play some Chandy music videos, and we'll go from there. So here we go. And thank you for all the wishes for the Nippinator. I'm sure he'll be all right. But yeah, we're going to play some music videos. Give me a sec.
Bada boom, bada bang, bada boom, bada Bitcoin, bada boom, breaking banks, bada boom, we go. Laser eyes locked, the biddy is Fiat's eclipse. Bada boom, bada bang, we're lunar high on a rocket ship. No keys, no crown, bada boom, bada Bitcoin. Wow. It's a beautiful day in the Bitcoin hood. Paper hands panic, hot old gangsters fist. The biddy keeps rising as a superstar should. Loyal to the biddy, we already knew it would. They print and pretend, but we code and defend. Cold storage lock, never trust, never bend. Fiat's the Titanic, watch the central banks capsize. Ledger don't lie, every block crystallized. Uncorruptible, unchangeable, unbreakable. Block by block, this train can't be tamed. It's decentralized power, lit with a dragon's flame. Prophecy of Satoshi, BTC can't be contained. No more playing Monopoly, decentralized, we reign, we reign. Bada boom, bada bang, bada boom, bada Bitcoin. Bada boom, breaking banks, bada boom, we go. Going, going, going. Laser eyes locked, the biddy is Fiat's eclipse. Bada boom, bada bang, no keys, no crown, we're lunar high on a rocket ship. Bada boom, bada Bitcoin, wow. Huddle tight, hold 'em tight, never gonna sell. 21 forever, it's a blackjack fairy tale. No inflation, no debasing, lizard folk gonna yell, raising hell, cause bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin. Huddle tight, hold 'em tight, never gonna sell. 21 forever, it's a blackjack fairy tale. No inflation, no debase, and Lizzie folk gonna yell, raising hell, cause bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin. Fairy tales.
Bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin. Let's see what else we got on here.
Dragons that slay. I'm going to tell you a dragon story. Puff and Trandy 10. 2 Bitcoin dragons lived in a valley and frolicked in the Ozark Hills, both dear friends of Satoshi. Oh, how Shandy loved her protective puff and brought him Bitcoin. Bitcoin tunes, stacks of sats and other fancy stuff. Oh, Puff and Shandy, two Bitcoin dragons, lived in a valley and frolicked in Ozark Hills, both dear friends of Satoshi. Together they would orange pill on a pod, singing their tales. Shandy kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble Bitcoin kings would bow whenever they sang. CNA fam would raise their volume when Puff roared and Shandy sang. Oh, Puff and Shandy, two Bitcoin dragons, lived in a valley and frolicked in Ozark Hills, both dear friends of Satoshi. A dragon lives forever, but not so fiat printed bills. Orange teams and Bitcoin dreams make way for other joys. One great night it happened, fiat gave up and bankers were no more, and Puff and Shandy, just two of a mighty dragon team, roared once more. Their heads held high for humanity, Bitcoins fell like rain. Puff and Shandy were bestie dragons, spreading hope in their flames, because they were lifelong friends. Those two, JV and the CNE crew, would always be dragon brave. So Puff and his mighty dragon crew always continue to say, buy Bitcoin for a better future, which will give you peace today. They flew through the FUD. They knew they were lunar bound. They played in and slung a little mud. What they did was have each other six and spit out the Bitcoin sound. They spread hope with their dragon fam, singing ditty jammy jams, working with their fifth Lev G dragon family, JVC and Nate family. Huddle gang dragon, so legendary. They flew through wars and political storms, Satoshi armed, fire-breathing champions of the Bitcoin, sharing the message, lighting Bitcoin flames, fire-breathing, truth-preaching, fighting for financial hope and currency change. Music lit, words so hot only a dragon could spit. Lit, lit, rip, rip, lit, lit, rip, rip. Fiat was burning and Bitcoin was on fire. The tide was turning, they had spent some time learning. They had a yearning for victory through the earning. They had tickets for an outer space flight, launching from a VIP dragon-only rocket station, prep for feeling a Milky Way high kind of delight, doing da-dung moon, just a pit stop, but they had to be patient. The Bitcoin dragon team isn't weak, they're not greedy, they are unique, they're not sheep.
Well, yeah, dragons aren't sheep.
Da-da-diddy doing doing, so they knew they weren't done with their work, no time to take a vacay. But soon they did pause to applaud the 100K. Puerto Rico bound, the dragon wings rested, and they were taking it easy on a private jet. Whoa, undergunning in Puerto Rico.
Then they got back to work.
You can't stall or tame a Bitcoin dragon. A number 10 mountain bird dragon. Whenever back down, a CNA dragon will always stand its ground, breathing fire to protect the house, the hodl house. These dragons were given the gift of a flame, meant to light the world orange, painting a brighter picture with the Bitcoin vision. Oh, dragon, dragon, never underestimate a Bitcoin dragon's God-guided passion or its loyalty to humanity and Satoshi. Dragons, 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 our flame is your light, burning bright on fire, guiding you to the Bitcoin truth, the Satoshi light. Oh, yeah! 2024 year of the dragon, hear it roar. Bitcoin, hear it roar. Dragons, hear them roar. Huddle gang, hear them roar. Peanut Fred, hear them roar. Candy 10, hear a roar. Paper, hear a roar. JV DNA family, hear them roar. Satoshi, hear him roar. Boss, hear him roar. Bitcoin kids, hear them roar. Wise owls, hear them warn. Bitcoin, watch it soar, soar, soar. Going, we've won this war. 2024, we don't slay dragons. We are dragons that slay. It's the Bitcoin way. It's the Bitcoin slang. It's the Bitcoin play. Do yourself a favor, listen to what we say. Dragon power, rocket power, Bitcoin power. Unstoppable, unbreakable, undefeatable. Competent and capable. Loving and unchainable. Passionate and untamable. What a beautiful bitty high ride. 2024, year of the dragons.
Yeah, yo. That's one of my favorite tracks, the Dragon song. And for those wondering, who is the home video of? That's actually Chandy 10 Music. When she was in high school, she competed basketball, looks like track, high jump, and a lot of the sports, but pretty epic track. Those were actually two tracks. That was Puff, and Chandy, and the other, two different Dragon songs in one. So shout out Chandy 10 Music. Again, #1 Bitcoin music channel out there. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Where on my YouTube channel, there's a video called Enjoying Crypto Mining. I have 4 of those rigs. Nice, nice, nice. Jack Mallers was missing from the picture. Oh yeah. Jack actually has his strike headquarters over in El Salvador. Posting a new pic of the Discord. Buds on the mutant weed I am growing. Snap. For those that don't know, we do have a Discord, and one of the channels in the Discord is called Buds, and that's where you'll see Bring Facts exclusive homegrown buds. I love Jack Mallers. I think we all do. Shout out to all my Bitcoin ballers. Yeah, man. Jack is pretty amazing. Definitely, I am late to the party. Shout out Sasquatch. Well, we had a very early stream today. It is what it is. Bitcoin's up 2 G's on the day, which I love to see. But yeah, welcome everyone. Just joining us. We're just chillaxing. We're jamming out to some Chandy jams. Looks like Georgia was just added to the state's list. Let's get a gong for number 30. You got it. This one's for the state of Georgia. Bitcoin adoption. Let's freaking go.
Moon, my star, guiding me. Bitcoin is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come on, guys. Do you wanna be prey, or do you wanna be a hunter and thrive? You know you wanna do more than just stay alive. You wanna thrust.
Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive. It's number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's plan A, B, C, D, and E. It's God hacking humanity. The Citadel isn't just a city. This is Bitcoin Camelot, just as pretty. Hodl strong through dips, flats and bends. You are not too late as fiat deflates.
Yeah, who's going to be the last of the 50 states to adopt Bitcoin? For some reason, thinking New York.
Your journey just begins. Be your own superhero. Raise up, take a stand, change your plan. Orange, you're willing to doing the dawn yourself to the moon. Be your own Superman. Be your own Superman. What a sexy plan. Plan A, B, C, D, and E. Bitcoin's the only plan for me to as pretty. Hodl strong through dips, flats and bends. You are not too late as fiat deflates. Your journey just begins. Plan A, B, C, D, and E. Bitcoin's the only plan for me.
Someone said it's 420 where you're at. Happy 420. Rhode Island will be last. Oh no. My guess is New York, because you know how it's the financial capital of the United States. That's my guess why, because they weaponize Bitcoin, and it seems like all the exchanges and like it's had the most difficulty, Bitcoin and crypto in general, thus far in the United States that I'm aware of. But we shall soon see. I hope I'm wrong. I hope every state openly embraces it, but I'm curious who's going to get the last mover's advantage. And all I'm saying is I wouldn't be surprised if it was New York. But anyways, yo, we do have 1,300 people on the stream. Idaho will be last. They think our state needs dollars, whatever. Yeah, maybe so. We'll soon see. But I'm going to end the stream early because I do got to pick up my nipinator before I get to the school to pick up my daughter. And I don't know how long that's going to take. So nonetheless, I'll be back tomorrow. Make note of it with the nipinator. And it'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern for tomorrow's Stack and Saturday stream. I'm thinking out loud here. It should be at the normal time. But make sure you guys are following me on X and got notifications turned on in the tube. That way you actually get notified when we do go live. Hot dang CNA snuck up on me today. Blessings JV in the fam. Can we get a gong, 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 gong? There you go. But anyways, fam, I am out. Make it a great day. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Nip is not okay. He's at the hospital right now, but he's going to be okay. There's something different about him since I got back from El Salvador. He's just been different. But we're going to pray and hope all is okay. I think it'll be okay, but right now he's not okay. He has like stomach issues, like, yeah, eating grass, throwing up, diarrhea, all that kind of stuff. So they're testing them, doing all the blood work and stuff like that. So, but I'll keep you posted. Thank you guys. Make it a great day and enjoy the rest of your Friday and this weekend. Hopefully we can continue to pump and get back above 100 G's. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on Sat Stacking Saturday. Deuces, fam.
Strawberry destiny, under the moon by a fire. Strawberry full moon, take me light.